Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP tutorials for you guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This video 94B. I might mention that the series for video number 94 will be broken down to A, B, C, D, and E. And I'm going to continue with what I wrote from before. Remember, I still have this. I'll still add all of this, but as we go on to the next video, I'll just keep the next video will probably have the whole thing. So right now we're just gonna add stuff here. And video on this video, right? I'm talking about like setting up the and of course the benefit of a WAMP, just in case you don't know, right? You know you need a web browser, right? We have, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and IE. I don't know if IE still exists. I think that's gone. I don't know. So remember, it's essential that you have at least something so you can look at your stuff for viewing. Now, if you have a local host that you can create, I'll show you in a minute. Maybe I won't show you because I can't download those things yet. I do have it set up on my box, but the database part of it died. Maybe I'll bring it up real quick and so you can see what it looks like. And mine's a little old because my machine's a little old. If I change it to any new Java and stuff like that, it doesn't let me do it because or new browsers or something, because it's just the OS is old. There was a time when they used to give you the OS and I just go boom, I hit it and then update, but now I can't even get them. It's just I look at my machine, so you got so many steps that failed because I kept saying, no, I'm going to keep this Java, I'm going to keep that Java, I'm going to keep that Java, the old one, and never really advanced myself to that. But it doesn't matter because when I was using localhost, I was doing a lot of stuff when the database was working. Now I'm on the cloud, which is this guy right here, named Hero. Fantastic stuff. Get rid of you. You can talk to them too, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. Look, it's actually good stuff. Maybe you should get into it. I got this one. It's good stuff. That's what you should be doing. Anyway, so like I said, the web browser, in case you guys don't know, or maybe you're starting, I don't know. I think if you're starting, you should start with HTML and CSS before going into PHP. But if you already passed that part, the browser is essential for viewing all the output of your PHP scripts, right? That's why it's important. The co-editor is, right now, this is Wrangler. I do have, let's see this one. There you go. I got Adam. This is Adam. This is CSS. See what I mean? My machine is not. We got Adam. We have, what else do we have? We have this is Wrangler. I do have, this is Adam. I do have something that starts with an a Pentana, or I mean, I got some few of them. Man. I don't have it on my well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Just use whatever you have. Wrangler, use Atom, good stuff, because it does kind of help you out. The local server, or you know what I also use? Sublime Text. Yeah, Sublime Text. That's another one. It's all these are for free, by the way. Aptana too. Aptana. The Aptana connects to the actual local host. But for some reason, when I lost my database part, my Aptana died. Anyway, so use it. Maybe I should say, let me should just say, how about we do this? A code editor. That way you could, you know, like Sublime Text. You can use Wrangler. You can use Aptana. You can use, what is that, Aptana? What is it, Aptana? No, it's Aptana. And then there's, what is it? Which one is this one? Atom. And there's others, and others. How about that? And others. You can use this as an editor. And if you want to hook up yourself as a local host, let me see. Let me just put it down over here. Local server environment that you can put up like, let me spell this, didn't I? Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do a local server environment. Okay, good. For you to have this working, right, you need Apache to be running. Let me see, let me write it down. You must have Apache running, and of course your PHP installed. While, let me see, while many local, let me see, let's jump. Many local, you know, I'm not supposed to be having coffee because I do have cancer. Let me see, local server package, of course. Let me do this. What is that? Packages. Let me look. What the hell is it? It's not here. Don't tell me I got rid of. Oh no, that's here. XAMPP. Let's see if it opens up. While that's doing that. Why don't we just put it down like XAMPP. You can have WAMP, or you can have MAMP. Those are servers, by the way. This is the one you normally I use because you can use this throughout any machine. It could be Microsoft, IBM, I mean, it could be, and of course the Mac. This one, of course, is for Windows. This one's for the Mac. In case you guys don't know, Apple. Okay? And then, of course, you need, it has to be include MySQL. That will be hooked up. Again, you will only need, to tell you the truth, Apache. Always use Apache. I've been using Apache for 20 years, maybe more. For, you know, for your lessons when you start doing your stuff, right? You should have that set up. But if you don't, just join a cloud, log into the cPanel, and you can do all that work. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's what it is. Let me explain the the problem. Let's write this down. The problem with I'm gonna put the in caps procedural programming, and I love procedural programming. For me, I always feel it's real all over the place, and I do it with a lot of functions, and I know how to make it feel like I'm using OOP. So I can say, let's put this here. I'm gonna put it down over here. So as let me see, as the projects like grow in size, like I've been mentioning, and the complexity of it all, let's see, we put that there like this. Then we can say especially with what's the this what we're talking about, procedural programming, the code that can become difficult, like I've been mentioning all this time. Difficult to, like I said, manage. I think that will, let's go right here. To manage, right? Let's say a small website with a few pages can quickly, that is for sure, man, grow to a large site with many features. My friend died, man. My best friend. I'm sad. Because he died of cancer. Been fighting it for 7 years. He died 2 weeks ago. And I miss him a lot. And we used to compete in programming. I used to beat the pants out of him, but he was good at other things too. He was a vice president. Did I spell that right? I don't know. Spaghetti? I don't know. We just say that. We call it spaghetti code. Where the, let me see, where the logic is scattered. But the way I do it is not that scattered. And intertwined, yeah, that's, what I was gonna say. Why I can't seem to be spelling today? Oh, twine, like that, intertwine. This is we gotta go with logic is scattered and intertwine. Okay. Say making it hard to maintain, debug, and extend. Okay, I'm gonna save this just in case. What else can we talk about? And because of this stuff here, that's why object-oriented programming is the solution for you. So I'm going to say the solution is OOP. Boom. Because let me see. Because OOP let me see, provides a structural approach to programming. But I do it, I'm telling you, I do, mine is really good. That helps, of course, you know, like manage this complexity, and by, you know, using like the classes, which happens to be a blueprint, right? We can group them, you know, like what you have seen, you know, like related to like the data, and of course the functionality filtered to, and you could say together into a reusable component or thing. Let's see. Oh man, what? Oh. I mean, I'm slow, but I do busy 1, 2, 3. I use like 4 fingers to get this done. Let me the reusable, right? The reusable. Just gonna add these things because, you know, when you write your stuff, you're gonna want to have things. So I'm gonna give it to you. So I'm gonna say, what's the reusable? Okay, classes. Designed to be a blueprint, so you can create multiple objects if from me, what is it? Singular behavior. Making it Okay, let me save this. So I'm going to give it to you guys. What else can we do? And of course, we talked about, sorry guys, organization. About, yeah, being organized, right? That's another good thing. So we could say organization. So, you know, OOP helps you structure. Remember we talked about it? It helps you structure the code because it'd be easier. Remember, you're going to be giving it in a logical, modular way. What else can we say? Which is easier to manage than long, but I do like it though. Single, no, mine's is not one file, mine's a whole bunch of files. Single strip, and I make it so that it seems Man, sorry guys. And well, 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 you can use functions for repeated code in classes are ideal for repeat. That's not right. Functionality that relates to a specific. Let's see. Yeah, it's better. No, to a specific concept. How about that? Concept or entity. How about that? That's it, man. Let me see. So what I'm gonna do is of course, I'm turn this into TXT, because if I wanted to turn this to HTML, I will have to do something like this. Down here, like that. And then what I can do is, I don't know if it'll take all the space. I will have to put in the special codes. Maybe I could do that. Let me see. If I did something like, let's say dollar. What should we call this? Dollar summary. Summary equals. Then I could just say. Hopefully, I don't know how to do it like this. These I'm gonna have to turn them into entities. So right now, since it's only doubles that I'm using, let's see. Sure. Since I'm only using doubles, I can kind of use one like this. Although I can do that, what is that? That CD stuff that I showed you before. But I could do that on the pre. I have to do the pre. Yeah, it makes sense to do it this way. You know something? I was gonna do this. So check this out. I was gonna do this. Like this. See, I was gonna do that, but I just remember. First of all, I gotta put this in my show, and I'll show you on the other one, right? On the next video, I'll show you this. I'm gonna do it right now. So I'm gonna say I want to echo. Hopefully, I'll keep the whole. What is it? I want to echo. What is that? The pre-formatted. Let's see the pre like this, and I'm gonna say echo pre, and then on the very end, like this. Boom, like that. So now I can just keep adding. It'll keep the spaces and everything. And all I have to do is just say. Echo is doing it right here. Echo this through all this. What is this? What's going on here? Oh, I was in the end. I'm not getting those messages. What is my wife doing with this computer? Okay, so I'll do this, and what happens is once I run it over here, I should get this whole thing just like this, no problem. Yeah, that's how I'll save it. That way you can have it. You can keep it as a PHP, but I also put it as a TXT, and you can always change it. We'll talk about the other stuff, like when I do break it down more, like we'll talk about the 4 principles. I believe I think I even talked about it before, like the encapsulation. Remember we talked about that. We talked about abstraction, case you remember, abstraction is like the idea of hiding the complex implementation details, like showing only the essential features of an object. I'll show you when the time comes. Anyway, we reached at the bottom. That's it. I hope you got something out of it. Don't worry, this wasn't much of a video, just trying to show you what I know. But at least you're reading it. But normally I don't type a lot of this stuff down, I normally talk about it. But I figured maybe I'll type this stuff out when I do type it, or when I do have the uploads, right? That I will put, like comments, using the like this stuff. Remember that? So what I'll do is I'll have that set up, and it's gonna grow. So on this video we'll have this, but on the next video we'll probably have more section. Because I want to talk about the inheritance. I'm going to talk about the polymorphisms, morphism, and remember the keyword extends. Let me see if I can write this down. Then we'll talk about like which we already kind of. How do you spell that? 10 like this. We're going to talk about polymorphism. Hey, stay where you are. And then we'll talk about the extends. Remember the keyword? That's when you want to extend, like when you create a class and you want to use this stuff from another class. This is how you do it. We'll talk about the static. Remember the static member, which is this. Remember that? We'll talk about all that. So anyway, we reached the bottom. We're here. Hopefully, if you like it, please give me help me out, please. Just give me a thumbs up, and until next time, good night.